Hi, I'm Elemi from Yeyeo Botanica. Welcome back. So great to see you all. Thank you for sharing us and coming back. And if you're new to our channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we are www.yeyeo, and we're a spiritual and wellness supplier, which is why I do videos about all things spiritual. I want to shout out, pew, 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 all my people from Tanzania. Woohoo! I have a godchild there and I want to shout them out. Today, our video is about how to dispose of spiritual work once you've completed. I'm going to talk about the different types of spiritual work, some ideas about disposal, and I have a great sweet thing at the end for all my advanced people. So, let's get started. Spiritual work. So for those of you who I didn't say it earlier, I'm Elemi, and I am very opinionated about spiritual work. If you've watched some of my videos, you know I always have an opinion and I share it with you just to expand your own thinking about your own spirituality. But today I thought I did the candle disposal video, and you can find that in our channel, about when you do different types of candle work, what do you do with the glass or the work. And a couple of people have asked in the comments what to do with spiritual work once you're finished. Lots of videos out there on that, but I know you want to hear my point of view. So I want to share that with you. So first I want to say that it depends on your background and your spirituality. If you subscribe to a particular doctrine, whether it be traditional shamanism, traditional Afro-shamanism, term I love to use for myself, which is African spirituality or African shamanism. If you're a person who's interested in traditional Indian practices, European, Christian or religious, Anglo-Saxon, whatever your background is, I like to tell people it's good to be consistent with that. So if you say I'm a hoodoo person, then whatever they do in hoodoo, stick to that. If you, as I said before, practice other different spiritualities, stick to that. But keep it consistent so that your guides know, okay, when we're finished, we're going to do it this way. And so different types of spiritual work, as I mentioned, that I was going to cover today, is some of the best practices of disposal, of positive and of negative work. First, I'm going to tell you about positive. We're going to talk about maybe 3 or 4 of those, and the same for negative, and then our sweet thing. So positive work. What is positive work? Open road work, self-love and happiness work, peace work, health work, right? When you're talking about self-love, things that help to really expand your thinking, help you in settling yourself, help you in finding your happiness, your purpose, and so on. In terms of peace, it could be peace in your environment, peace at home, peace with friends and family. It could be open roads, as I said earlier, to open things up for money, for luck, for prosperity, for goodness. And lastly, for health and healing. So health and healing can be positive and negative. It can be things like, I want to work out, or I want to take off a few pounds, or I want to start taking more vitamins, whatever it is, right? That's more on the positive side. There isn't really a problem, but this is around self-maintenance. And the way that you would dispose of that kind of work is in or out of your home, because cool work or positive work can be disposed of in or outside of your home of your choosing. At the crossroads, the crossroads is a place for positive or negative work. So you can leave it at the crossroads. A place associated with the work. So as an example, if you want to exercise a lot, then dispose of it in a place that you would exercise, in a park, in the woods, if you're a hiker, and things like that. If you're going to do it from an elemental perspective. If you've done self-love work around opening up your third eye or awakening or focus and things like that. Focus is more, I'd leave it by a school as an example. I'm really giving you guys some real tidbits that I have today. It could be at a hill for being in position of some way around self-love. And for health, that speaks for itself. Could be outside of a hospital, a medical facility, or something like that. Now, comment below if you'd like to know a little bit more about how to do things or dispose of work in the elements. I gave you some ideas, but there's always more to talk about. If it's negative work, that's where it becomes a little bit more complicated. And so what is negative work in the context of what we're discussing today? Negative work is domination work. You're going to do what I say, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, control work, right? We have a do as I say candle, things like that. Hexing, strong hexing work that is to curse, to hurt, and to harm others. Curse breaking work, because to curse, that is negative. To break a curse, that is negative as well, because you usually will have to do something strong to break something that is a curse, right? So I would put that in the negative category. And the fourth one that I want to give you today is negative around health issues, really severe health problems, and spiritual work that's done around that, and how to dispose of that. So as an example, domination work, I already said, do as I say, do what I tell you, control, bend over, that kind of thing. Hexing, cursing. Curse breaking, talked about that. And negative health work, as an example, a person has a disease that is hard to cure, or they have a growth in the body that they need to take out. Things like that, when you do spiritual work, you can use different tools to absorb this ailment. Well, that's not advisable to dispose of that in your home. So how do we go about disposing of some of the spiritual work? One is dismantle it. Absolutely take whatever you did, take it apart, and disperse it. Throwing it away in different places, all over. Flush it in the toilet if it's possible. I just gave you a tidbit. The crossroads, as I said, the crossroads is a place for something positive and something negative. So you can dispose of negative work at the crossroads. Out of your home, in a garbage, in a dump, where it has those big heaps of garbage, perfect. But definitely out of your home in the garbage. I'm going to talk a little bit about one thing that is so important after this part. And an abandoned building is a great tidbit for more advanced people to dispose of negative work. I just like to say that in my training and my learning, it's best not to dig holes. So this is really for the people who are more advanced who are still watching the video. It's best not to dig holes. I give you an example. Unless it's for something positive and you're putting the work in a plant in your home. Thumbs up all day long. That's great for positive work, to plant something in your home. But if this is something negative, and you want to dig a hole and put it in there, I would say you need to know how to treat yourself spiritually to protect yourself from going in the hole with your work. So I hope that we got some real strong tidbits about how to dispose of some spiritual work, some things to keep in mind, some pros and cons about spiritual work, things to think about. Is my work positive? Is it negative? That is automatically going to tell you how to dispose of it or the best way. So comment below. I can't wait to hear all of your juicy comments. I love them. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And see you next time. Ashe, ashe, ashe.